All right, my magnificent mavens of melancholy, my ghoulish groupies of Gothic, huddle round the flickering candlelight because your resident fiend for fine fiction, the novel nest, has just clawed my way back from the electrifying, horrifying, and profoundly human pages of Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley's Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus. And let me tell you, my circuits are still buzzing, and my heart aches with a monstrous sympathy. Friends, fiends, fellow readers, if you think Frankenstein is just about a lumbering green dude with bolts in his neck created by a cackling mad scientist on a stormy night, well, you've seen the movies, but you haven't truly met the monster or his tragic creator. Shelley's original is so much more. It's a philosophical firestorm, a heartbreaking tragedy, and a chilling exploration of ambition, responsibility, and what it truly means to be human. So, we journey with Victor Frankenstein, a brilliant, ambitious, and, let's be honest, dangerously obsessive young scientist. He's driven by this insatiable thirst for knowledge, this desire to unlock the very secrets of life and death. He wants to play God, to become a modern Prometheus, stealing fire from heaven. And in his secluded, feverish laboratory, through means that Shelley wisely keeps tantalizingly vague, no step-by-step key instructions here, thank goodness, he succeeds. He animates lifeless matter. He creates life. But the life he creates, it's not the beautiful being he envisioned. Oh no, his creation is hideous. 8 feet tall, with yellow skin stretched too tightly over his muscles and arteries, watery eyes, black lips. Victor, in a moment of utter soul-crushing horror and revulsion, abandons his creation. He flees. He runs away from his child, his monstrous Adam. And that, my friends, is where the true tragedy begins. This isn't just a monster story. It's a story of parental neglect on an epic, horrifying scale. The creature, and let's call him the creature because he is never given a name, a stark symbol of his rejection, is born innocent. He is a blank slate, intelligent, capable of immense feeling. He learns to speak, to read, Milton's Paradise Lost no less, to appreciate beauty, to yearn for companionship and love. We see the world through his eyes, his desperate attempts to connect with humanity, only to be met with fear, disgust, and violence because of his appearance. His initial benevolence curdles into bitterness, then rage, then a desperate, sorrowful vengeance against the creator who brought him into a world that despises him. My heart broke for the creature, truly. His plea to Frankenstein, I was benevolent and good, misery made me a fiend. Make me happy and I shall again be virtuous, is one of the most poignant lines in all of literature. He doesn't want to be a monster. He is made one by the cruelty and prejudice of others, and by the absolute unforgivable abandonment by his father, Victor. And Victor. Oh, Victor, you brilliant, arrogant, self-pitying fool. He's not a cackling villain. He's a man consumed by his ambition, then by his guilt and fear. He wallows in his own misery, constantly lamenting the horrors his creation unleashes, yet he consistently refuses to take responsibility, to nurture, or even to acknowledge the humanity of the being he brought into existence. He had the power of creation, but none of the courage of parenthood. His descent into a tormented, hunted wreck is entirely of his own making. You want to shake him! You want to scream at him! Shelley's writing is just chef's kiss. It's steeped in the romantic tradition, the awe-inspiring, sometimes terrifying beauty of nature, the exploration of intense emotion, the individual grappling with overwhelming forces, the settings, the desolate Arctic wastes, the majestic Alps, the gloomy laboratories, they all mirror the internal landscapes of the characters. It's atmospheric, it's evocative, and it's surprisingly philosophical. This book tackles huge themes: the dangers of unchecked ambition, Victor's relentless pursuit of knowledge without considering the ethical consequences, the nature of monstrosity. Who is the real monster here? The physically hideous but initially benevolent creature, or the handsome, intelligent Victor who abandons his creation and shirks his responsibilities? The need for companionship and acceptance, the creature's desperate loneliness is the driving force behind his descent. Prejudice and othering, how society judges and ostracizes based on appearance. Responsibility of the creator to the created. A powerful, timeless message. And the narrative structure. It's a story within a story within a story, Captain Walton's letters framing Victor's tale, which in turn frames the creature's heart-wrenching account of his own life. It pulls you deeper and deeper into the tragedy. Frankenstein isn't just a horror story, it's a profound human drama. It's about loneliness, the search for love, the bitterness of rejection, and the devastating consequences of our actions and inactions. It makes you question what it means to be human, what we owe to each other, and the terrifying line between genius and madness. Yes, it's a product of its time, written when Mary Shelley was incredibly young, a teenager, but its power, its questions, its emotional core, they are absolutely timeless. It has spawned countless adaptations, but none, in my opinion, capture the depth, the sorrow, and the philosophical weight of Shelley's original text. I am giving Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley's Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus, a resounding, lightning-charged 5 out of 5, stitched together tragically beautiful stars. It's a foundational text of science fiction, a cornerstone of Gothic literature, and a story that will haunt you in the best possible way. So, have you grappled with Victor and his creature? Whose side were you on? What did you think of Shelley's profound insights? Unleash your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this electrifying discussion, please jolt that like button, subscribe for more monstrously good book talks, and ring that laboratory bell for notifications. Until next time, beware of your own ambitions and maybe give that other a chance. Bye for now.